This is exactly right.
Sometimes the hardest part of therapy is just getting started.
For real, which is why having help that's flexible, accessible, and easy to fit into your life matters.
And that's exactly what Talkspace is designed for.
Talkspace therapy and psychiatry is covered by most insurers, and most insured members pay a copay of $0.
Part of the mission of Talkspace is to provide quality care that is accessible and affordable, whether or not you're insured.
Talkspace has really made it just a kind of no-brainer to try therapy. If you're nervous about talking to someone, if you're nervous about the money, if you're nervous about leaving the house, you don't have to deal with any of that. They have covered it. And for me, like, that is the best way to get into therapy. Take all the what ifs out.
You know you got to do it.
You know you do.
As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $80 off of your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/MFM and enter promo code SPACE80.
That's SPACE80. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/MFM and enter promo code SPACE80. Goodbye.
New beginnings are exciting, especially when they come with 4 wheels.
If you're shopping for your next car, start your search with Cars.com.
Cars.com has the tools and expert advice to help you find exactly what you're looking for.
With more than 2 million new and used vehicles nationwide, it's easy to search, compare, and find the right fit for you.
Cars.com is there when you're dreaming, planning, or ready to embrace the new.
Start your search with Cars.com.
Where to next?
Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. It's like got a jean cover. I got it from Nordstrom Rack, and it's like a denim cover. It's like,
wait, this is podcast gold.
Oh, is this?
What are we doing? Oh, is this? Is it though?
There's no better place to talk about a denim iPhone charger cord cover than on a murder podcast.
Georgia's bragging that she not only has a really long iPhone charger cord, but that it's covered in denim.
It's got like a denim sleeve.
So it's like a really long light blue snake?
Yes. Thin, like a garden snake.
Gross.
We've talked about snakes like 3 times in the past.
They're very sexual.
Gross. Mom.
Welcome.
Hey, welcome
to My Favorite Murder,
the podcast where we talk about denim
and snakes.
Welcome. Right. Let's fucking.
We have so many things to discuss, announce, and talk about.
Yeah.
That we can't even get into our usual zip, zap, zop bullshit that we do at the top.
Because this is one of the ones that we've been saying to you guys. We can't wait to tell you this thing. When we tell you, we promise it'll be worth it. This is the reason we're always tired.
This is the reason we're always complaining vaguely about something.
And putting up a live episode.
And you know, maybe fighting. Maybe there's been light fighting.
I think this is one of the main reasons I started going gray this past year.
Is because we wrote a book, everybody.
Book!
And we wrote it for you.
Oh my God.
It's coming out June of 2019.
May of 2019.
I said May of 2019. May 11th, my birthday?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably not.
But it's called, you're not going to believe this title. This
is nuts. Listen.
It's called.
Write this down.
Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered.
That's right.
That's what it's called. Here's my advice to people who want to write a book. Write half of the book and have someone else write the other half. It's a lot easier.
We did this book like we do the podcast.
Yeah.
And was great. And also, it's not, I don't think it's what people might think it is. It's kind of it's not what we thought it was going to be. It turned into its own beast, which is actually kind of cool.
It's essentially like a memoir of all the fucked up stories we've lightly told you about on the podcast before. We're like, hey, remember that one time you lit the bed on fire? And that one time I went to rehab? And like, you know, all these like really, really personal fucking stories interspliced with true crime things that are related to it that we're interested in.
Yeah.
And it's just really, really personal. And we both had to have a lot of emergency therapy sessions.
Yeah, there was crying for sure.
It turns out when you have to revisit all these awful, like, what are they called? Stories of
experiences?
Yeah, but like warning other people. Cautionary tales?
Oh, right.
That we are trying to impart on the like 20-somethings who listen to the podcast.
It dredges some shit up inside.
When your amazing editor, Allie, is like, hey, but what did it smell like and sound and taste like?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, I don't. You start to realize, oh, the reason that I procrastinate is not because I'm a bad person or all those things that I like to tell myself. It's like, oh, you don't want to sit there and think about your dead mom that much.
Right.
But you do it.
But you gotta.
You do it for the book.
You gotta. And we wrote a fucking book about it. And honestly, I did get through some like crazy shit.
I know. We put it on the page, people. So,
yeah.
You know, you guys, you know, there was a pre-announcement and you guys, the reaction and response, of course, was amazing because you guys are amazing. And that sounds so phony, but we were very blown away. Yesterday is for us chronologically is when it happened.
Yesterday,
and,
I was thinking about how this is just another in the series of the past 2.5 years. That's like, it's like a montage set to Eye of the Tiger of our lives where we just keep tripping upwards.
It's very odd.
It's just another one of those like, seriously, that this is fucking happening? Like, it's insane. So it's on pre-sale all over the place where you buy books. Amazon. Oh, Steven's handing a thing to you.
Oh.
The release date.
Oh,
the release
thank
date.
you so much.
Thanks,
May
Steven.
28th. I wasn't totally wrong.
Between our two birthdays.
That's right. They actually decided May 28th, 2019 is when this book is available.
But you can pre-order it now, and that actually really helps us out. If you're going to buy it anyways, and pre-order it because it makes it a big splash.
Sure.
Or whatever the fuck.
Which it's already done.
I mean, yeah. It's just an incredible... I just have always wanted to write a book, and I didn't ever think I was going to.
Yeah, same here.
And I'm thrilled.
We're both genuinely excited, which is very scary. So thank you for being there for us. We are very excited, and God bless fucking America. Now, almost maybe more important, it's the yoga bulletin.
Yes.
It's this week's yoga bulletin.
Let's say at this count of three, the answer of whether or not you and I, as we promised last week, would go to one yoga class. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Yes. We both did it.
Yes. In fact, Georgia, did you do it the very fucking next day?
Yeah. And it seems like I was showing off. Like, I know it's like a show-offy thing. It was all coincidence.
To go to yoga.
I was even, because I sent you a photo, like, after the class. I took a photo in front of the sign. I was like, I went. And I was like, maybe I should save this for a couple days so it doesn't seem like I went the next day and I seem like I'm showing her that I did it first.
No, I loved it because it meant you were fucking serious. You know, we've done a lot of things. Let's say, you know, the My Sweet Audrina book club.
Right.
where we
love to start
things,
shit.
and then we're just like, ugh. But now we can actually say the reason we couldn't do the My Sweet Audrina
That's
book club is
right.
we were fucking writing that book. So it's not like we can sit around and be like, here, I'm going to type up my thoughts on this. It's like we always had.
When we were in the fucking European tour, we weren't done with the book yet. And we had just found out before we left the European that we had an extra week, which was like we were both ready to fucking jump off bridges. It was so stressful.
When we were on the Australian tour,
That's
we were
right.
supposed to be getting the book done,
That's
and we
right.
were not. And it was very difficult.
You guys.
It's been, we've birthed a baby of paper and words.
And I'm not, yeah, it's scary. It's big and scary. And there's a lot of blood and sweat on the paper, and
You can't guilt them into liking it. And also, we're in the yoga bulletin. Let's not go
yoga.
backwards.
So it was an accident. The next day, on a Thursday, I had therapy at 1, and I was like, I'm just going to check my favorite yoga studio down the street from my therapist.
Favorite yoga.
And it was like 45 minutes after my therapy was over. This class was going to start by this teacher I really like, and my favorite it just all lined up because also like I have so many parameters of like whether or not I'm going to go. Like what time is it? Because the parking lot's going to be busy. And so I'm just not going to go, you know?
Yep.
So we went.
Parameters, also excuses. There's all different ways to define that.
I had 45 minutes. I fucking went into my favorite vintage shop down the street real quick, bought a cute 80s blouse, then went to fucking yoga, had a great class. This teacher is amazing. And it was like, it was great. It was fucking what I needed.
So I get that message from Georgia. I'm like really impressed, genuinely. Very impressed.
Oh, good.
It was great because I know we both wanted to do it, but I want to do things all the time and I don't honor my own wants.
Yeah.
I'll be like, well, that's dumb and doesn't matter. Or you're too this and that and the other thing.
You tell ambitious Karen that she's being stupid.
I mean, stop trying to make me cry. So I saw yours and I was like, yep, this is something it's important to do. And then the more we started getting, you guys started tweeting us and being like, I'm a yoga instructor and I do this.
Or like, I didn't want to go today, but I knew Karen and Georgia would be mad at me.
Yes.
Which is great. Use our anger at you.
Please do, because it is real.
We will be mad at you.
So I started making, of course, we constantly talk about our friend Lizzie Cooperman, who, Lizzie is definitely a yoga person. So I sent her a message and I was basically to say, I gotta go to one of these and I know I'm not going to. So can you please be my Sherpa?
Yeah.
And she starts sending me texts of different yoga classes around town. But of course, Lizzie is kind of not of this hemisphere of this even galaxy.
She's like made of crystals.
She's magical.
Yeah.
So she starts sending me, I sent you one that I thought I was signed up to go to and then I didn't go to because I freaked out. And it was basically, she was like, all you do is lay there.
Yeah.
And they do gongs and chimes.
This is not my style at all. I was like, I don't want to go with Lizzie because I know we're just going to put a bolster on our hips and lay there for 8 hours. And I can't do that.
And do the gong.
I need to fucking sweat and stretch and like get crazy.
Lizzie was like, they're going to put peppermint oil in your hand and we're going to regress back to when we used to live on the savannah.
There'll be a tarot card on your forehead. I have to guess which one the tarot card is.
You win a membership. Yeah. So I said I would do that. And then at the last second, I basically was like, I'm still laying down. This is weird.
Yeah.
And I had to call in some phony excuse. She was like, don't even worry about it. Oh, you know what I did? I went, does this place have air conditioning? Again, requirements, right? You're like, oh, this is not good enough. So then it came, I can't remember what day it was. I think it may have been Monday. And then I was like, fucking do this. Like, stop it. And then I realized, just go to one that's not in Hollywood.
Yes.
Get out of I don't even live in Hollywood. So like, go somewhere small, cool, low key. And I went back to a yoga studio I used to go to, like, it was easily like 11 years ago. And when I walked in, so I was like, I'm doing this. I signed up online so that I would go.
Yeah.
Paid the money already.
Never do that.
Did all those pre things. Was all like, I'm good. And I went 15 minutes early in case they made you fill something out.
Too. If you get there early, if you don't have to walk into a room full of people, it makes you like, I get set up, I'm there, it's not overwhelming.
Yeah. And you're not tiptoeing and whispering and being weird.
Right.
But as I hit the door, what did I forget? Tragically.
Your yoga mat?
That's right.
Oh, you can rent them there.
Yes, but have you ever smelled the yoga mats they rent? It is like the sweat of I'm yelling at you. 1,000. I was like, as I hit the door, I was like, well, that's just your payment for like being so freaked out. And I rented this yoga mat. It was a great class. It was a gentle class.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been easier. The entire time I was thinking, there was a couple things where we had to do like a downward dog into a leg lift. And I was like, this isn't a grandma move. Like this was supposed to be a grandma class, but it was basically starting you grandma and then moving you into like, can you lift your leg off the ground? You might as well try.
Yeah. Go on your tiptoes.
And if not, move into child's pose. Yeah. I also realized I can't do child's pose.
Because you can't like sit back on your haunches enough?
I can't sit like my legs and the way my body is shaped. Child's pose it essentially looks like I'm hunched over something trying to take it apart.
Like you've passed out face first while you were sitting up on your knees.
Yeah. It looks like I'm getting back up from having passed out. It's super weird. And I just sat there going like, oh, this is so embarrassing to not be able to do child's pose. And then by that time I was like, who gives a shit about anything?
Looking at you.
Yeah. So and then what I loved was the teacher of the class. And normally this would freak me out. When I walked in, she was like, there's a lady behind the desk, but then the teacher was like, hi, what's your name? And I was like, normally I would turn around and walk out. I'm so not a joiner.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
That stuff like that, I'm just like, I don't want to be friends with you. But she's like, what's your name? And I'm like, Karen. She's like, have you taken this class before? And I'm like, I mean, I've been here, but it was probably, and then I lie and shave 5 years off. And I was like, maybe 6 years ago. And she goes, 6 years? And then I was like, oh my God, I love this woman. She's not going like, whispering gentle, asanas in my hair. She was like, 6 years. Well, and then she was like, well, she was here 6 years ago, and was like kind of giving me shit.
And you love that.
I love it.
Because I would have been like shamed into leaving.
No,
because you know what happened? I went into mine and I was like, I think I have I had bought like a 10-pass class. And she was like, yeah, you haven't used it in a year, so it expired. And I was like, oh, that's so embarrassing. I'm like, I'll just pay. It's fine. I'll just pay. Even though it was like fucking $22 for a yoga class, like on its own. And then when I came out, she was like, I renewed the classes you have left over. I'm like, thank you.
That's truly a yoga move.
Yeah.
That's a yogic move.
It was generous.
I feel like her solar plexus chakra is all the way open. That's not the
all
right
the
term.
way open.
It's all the way live.
Basically, do you know what a yoni egg is?
I
do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she has.
Do you? That was the most 6th grade voice I've ever heard.
Do you?
Do you know it?
The thing of
prove it.
Tell me what it is.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Draw a picture of it. Well, Gwyneth Paltrow sells them on her website. I bet
she fucking does. I have a friend who uses one, and I just am always.
Why did they have a baby?
Horrified. No, she's also made of crystals.
Okay.
I have a correction corner.
Okay.
Should I do?
Oh, but also let's keep doing yoga,
Okay.
the yoga bulletin.
Once a day. I mean, once a day. Just once a day, guys.
No big deal.
Once a week. Let's all go to yoga. If you can do more, great. If you can't do one, do 2 next week. Whatever.
But
and your speed, you can do an online one. There's a lot of great apps and shit that have yoga. If you don't want to go anywhere.
So many. And also
Just
we got
don't
a lot
hurt
of
yourself.
recommendations of online ones.
Yes.
So if you're looking for recommendations, look at other people talking about this on our
What
feed.
about a fucking Murderino meetup yoga class? I bet there's so many Murderino yoga teachers who can do like a Murderino class.
Must be.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Strengths. But also
Corrections.
spirituality. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you want to keep going? With your yoni egg?
Now that's your the junior year of high school voice.
Here's an email. It's titled, well, here, I'll just say, hey guys, love the podcast, etc. Just thought you should know, just thought I'd shoot you an email to let you know that here in Australia, our majestic landmark is referred to Uluru, not Ayers Rock. So last week I did the, Dingo Ate My Baby story, and I called it Ayers Rock, but it's actually Uluru. And then this person says, using its traditional name shows respect to the traditional custodians, the Arna New people. And thank you for the fucking, she spelled it out or
phonetically. Yeah.
Phonetically. So a lot of people told me that, and it's respectful, and I appreciate that. On a completely different note, I've just started a weekly yoga class, and it's making me very happy. Fucking hooray. And then I guess there's a little yoga emoji. Stay sexy, Hannah. So thanks, Hannah, and thanks for everyone letting me know. To be honest, it just said on the Wikipedia that it's called either one, and the one that looked hard to pronounce I didn't say.
Yeah.
So, but now I know.
Yeah, this is how we learn and grow.
Right.
Right?
Speaking of, really quickly want to plug the summer camp line. Limited time summer camp run. People are sending us photos, and it looks so fucking cool on everyone. And we also want to let you guys know, that 5% of all sales for the summer camp line go to Camp Hope, which is a summer camp for kids who have experienced trauma and violence, like domestic violence. And we are replacing the tent design,
the teepee design
with a new tent. So keep an eye out for that. We're getting rid of it. We heard you. Keep an eye out.
Yeah,
that's it. Go to myfavoritemurder.com. At the store at the top, there should be like a summer camp clicky thing. Click on that.
Sweet.
Okay. Anything else for you? I'm sorry I yelled at you.
That's okay. I mean, I'm going to get back at you later on this week. Maybe I'll trick you into coming to my yoga class, and then I'll readjust you in a bad way.
Don't put peppermint oil in my hand, Liz.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
All right, who's first?
It's
Georgia,
you.
yeah, Georgia, you're first.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen. It is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whatever. Here we go. This is a really fucked up story that I'm fascinated by, even though I didn't know a ton about it, as always. Get ready for the horrible story of the Gainesville Ripper.
Oh, Jesus.
I went there, but don't worry. It's not.
Did you check with Stephen?
Did you do it?
We've never done it, have we?
I don't think we have.
Okay.
Do you think you did it in Florida?
I feel like I looked it up in Florida and then it bummed me out so bad I didn't do it for a live show.
I don't think you would have done this for a live show.
Yeah, it's like such a classic serial killer horror show.
And he's a fucking bastard who just wanted attention.
Right.
So I don't actually talk about his life really at all because fuck him. And I'm not going to go into too much of the gruesome details because it's unnecessary to say anything too deep in there.
Go for it.
Okay. August 1990. Here we are in the beautiful university town of Gainesville, Florida. It's ranked as the 13th best place to live in the United States by Money Magazine. And you know Money Magazine.
Sorry, what year?
1990.
Okay.
So it's like,
it was a weird time.
yeah, 90s, like end of the 80s. You know, it's like there's this, there's that. It's still kind of an innocent time. There's no like big.
There was this and that. I remember.
End of the 80s, start of the 90s. There's this, there's that. It's like still a little like antiquated as far as like technology is concerned.
There's no technology.
There's none.
We were still in full payphone mode in 1990.
If someone had a car phone, they were a drug dealer.
Or a doctor.
And they were like the biggest car phone you've ever. It was like one of the seats had to be removed for your car phone.
Yeah, it actually was the seat you leaned over and stuck your ear on this passenger seat.
You removed one door and held it up to your ear. of your Ferrari.
Like a DeLorean.
Yeah, like a DeLorean.
The door had to be open.
And that was your phone.
That just reminded me of my next door neighbor, Andy Withington, who is a legendary human being. And when we were growing up, was one of the funniest people and one of the oddest people. He, when car phones became popular, this was back in the late 80s when it was like preppy time and everyone pretended they were rich.
Yeah.
Which I actually talk about in one of my chapters of the book.
Oh, shit.
How the 80s made everyone think that they were supposed to pretend to be rich.
Right.
And which is why we have this weird cult of Donald Trump, because it's all those aspirational people who are like, someday I'll have a gold apartment. And it's like, why? But
just aspire to not be a piece of shit. That's
Maybe.
enough. And like have a little bit of savings so you don't go broke if you get sick because you don't have health insurance that will cover anything.
Yes.
Anyhow,
my next door neighbor bought a fake car phone that he used to. Yes. And if we could see, I wish it was called like bull something. So there was a picture. It was like basically saying it was bullshit. And it had one of those real tight wrapped cords.
Yes.
But it was a corded car phone. So it was like he would pretend to talk on the phone because he had bought himself a used Porsche.
Oh my God.
He was all about that life. And it was one of the funniest things because he would just pretend to have fake conversations.
Because he wanted to be seen as someone who had one, or because he was thinking it was funny? Oh, because he actually wanted people to be like, holy shit, he's got a phone.
I think both. Like, I think he thought it was hilarious, but he also did want to look like a doctor.
Status.
Or a rich person.
Just pop those fucking double Izod collars.
He also had a La Tigra. And he had his grandma sew an Izod alligator on over because he had a ripped Izod. And I remember him showing me the final product, which was Frankenstein Izod alligator, which was really raised up because there was whatever the tiger one was underneath it. And I was just like, sorry, where are you going to wear this?
Yeah.
You're going to get beaten into
nobody cares.
Submission. Yeah.
True.
It was hilarious. But we all cared back then.
Self-help. Work on yourself. Well, there.
You got all the solutions tonight.
That's right. I just had Karen run down with in 1990 was like, you got it. Money Magazine, of course, was like a big, like one of the best places to live by Money Magazine, where it's like, God, Money Magazine.
Yeah.
You think they have anything we want to read about in there?
This was the era of like greed is good.
Yeah.
That whole thing where it has never gone away, and it's done real damage to this culture.
Okay. So, August 1990, it's the beginning of a new school semester at Florida State University in Gainesville. Gainesville's like a big college town. So like the population doubles during the school year.
Wow.
It's like one of those kinds of places, but it's also like cute and like a nice little town. About 36,000 students came to campus and were moving in, excited to start the new school year, which I'm sure happens when you're in college. I wouldn't know. But little do they know that their town is about to turn into the inspiration for the 1996 hit horror film Scream. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
I didn't.
So on the Sunday before class was about to begin, August 26th, at 4 p.m., a police officer arrives at the Williamsburg Village Apartments because of complaints about loud music, which is not unusual, obviously, for a college town. Mm-hmm. When the police arrives, he finds the building maintenance van waiting, along with the parents of the girl who lives in the apartment where the complaint is happening, 17-year-old Christina Powell of Jacksonville, Florida. And her parents are worried because they hadn't heard from her all weekend, which, of course, again, police are like, that's totally normal. But when he found out that her car was still there and she knew they were supposed to be showing up that day and still hadn't answered her phone or her door, they were worried. So he starts to worry. And she hadn't been seen since Friday. The parents of Christina, her parents are also worried about her roommate, Sonia Larson, who's 18, of Deerfield Beach, also hasn't called home as scheduled that day. So neither of them have been heard from. The parents are told to wait outside as the maintenance man and the officer go to the apartment's door on the second floor. They bang on the door. There's no answer. The maintenance man tries the key, and for some reason, the key won't work. So they break the window of the what's it called? Door. The door, sorry.
Sliding glass door?
No. They break a window on the door frame. They can't reach the lock, but they can immediately smell a strong foul odor coming out of the house as soon as they break the window. Fucking scary. So together they break down the door, and as soon as they enter the apartment, they find the bloodied, naked body of Sonia on her bed. She had been stabbed over 20 times in the back and raped, and then posed in a sexually explicit way. And she had been mutilated.
Ugh.
The body of Christina is found downstairs, stabbed repeatedly, mutilated, and also posed in a shocking way, like on purpose, which we know a lot of fucking psychopaths do. So police are shocked at the fucking savagery of this attack. One local reporter says that it was the first time he had not been allowed directly in to see the crime scene, which freaked him out. And also he said that he knew something was wrong after he saw one of the seasoned officers rush out of the house and barf in the bushes.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, because you're never so seasoned that something like that wouldn't like completely traumatize you as a person.
Totally. But then you know, as like a bystander, like I don't want to see the police officer not being able to handle what he just saw.
Yes.
That's the absolute worst. So, a neighbor had reported that they had heard someone showering and playing loud music on the Friday night. By the way, it's George Michael's Faith. For some reason, I don't know why that was an interesting fucking tidbit. As well as banging sound that he thought was just the girls hanging paintings. So it was determined that they probably had been killed on Friday night. Detectives worked the scene late into the night. The news and gruesome details spread through the college town, including that the killer had removed and taken one of the girls' nipples with a sharp blade. And of course, fear and panic totally ensue. All these like fucking young college kids who had just arrived for the new semester. And they were right to be fucking terrified because before they had even packed up at the first crime scene, detectives are called to the second.
Ugh.
Can you fucking imagine I feel like I read about this while it was happening, but I was 10 years old, so that can't be right.
Nah.
Krista Hoyt is 18 of Archer, and she had not arrived for her midnight shift as a records clerk at the sheriff's department, and she wasn't answering her phone. So at 12:30 in the morning, 2 officers arrived at her front door and knocked. They got no answer. They saw her car was parked, of course, close by. The building manager shows up and brings the officers around to the back of the house. But immediately the building manager notices that something's wrong with the gate. It had been knocked over. Like, this is damaged. This is a problem. So the officers make sure no one's in the backyard. And then they try the sliding glass door, the back door, which is locked. But they noticed that the blinds didn't go all the way to the bottom of the door. So they crouch down on their hands and knees, look through the fucking little space that they can see. And to their horror, they're able to see the body of a naked woman sitting on the edge of the bed, and she's like folded over, kind of just sitting there with a pool of blood at her feet. She still has her shoes and socks on, and they realize that the body doesn't have a head. Ugh. I know. The officers hear the water running inside the house, and so they wait for backup in case the killer's still inside. I think it was that they heard a shower running. And once backup arrives, they enter the house. It had been ransacked for valuables, and they find water dripping in the shower and blood pooling, but no one was there. So, like, was the killer there when they first spotted her body? They also find Krista's head, and it's placed in a shocking manner just to like get the attention, and her body is also mutilated. So news fucking spreads like crazy through the community. This is within like 2 days, this is happening. Students were terrified, and they knew that anyone could be next. The Gainesville phone lines are jammed and like not working because so many students were trying to call home and so many parents were trying to call in. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why I don't want kids, is the thought of like your kid being there and how fucking terrifying that would be. I just couldn't handle it.
I honestly feel like I would have just left and gone home.
Yeah. I think that's what's interesting too about it, is like you think about what would I have done.
Yeah.
And so many left, but so many didn't too, you know?
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of people, they just don't have that option, or like it's that thing where, you know,
like, how much do I need to panic right now?
Yes. And there are some people who don't kind of either maybe know that much about stuff like this. Like, we have spent lots of time in our life going, this is a thing that can happen. It's going to happen again.
Right.
But there's some people who I think dissociate a little bit, or just go like, that's not about me.
That couldn't happen to me.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's very true. Students, but also students like stay together overnight. Some of them stay as many as like 12 to 20 people per apartment. Like, they're just all camping out together.
Okay. Just complete sidebar separation.
Let's do it.
This is horrible.
Great. This needs a break.
would be so fun. I mean, any excuse, not that scenario, obviously is in no way fun.
No, I get what you're saying.
Separately, if like for me,
Yeah.
when like I lived in New York very briefly, and one time there was a blizzard that hit, and we literally had to walk to the closest person's apartment and all stay the night there.
Yeah.
I live for that shit.
Well, that
Not
reminds
in this
me-
scenario,
No,
but
no.
like overall, like you have to jam everybody in, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And then you play games and get drunk, and
That reminds me of, and I think this is what you're talking about, but it's awful, but not as awful as I knew someone who, when the riots happened, the Rodney King riots happened, they were like in Hollywood at a friend's party, and they all went to the roof and like saw the city burning, and like no one would leave. So
Yes.
they all stayed in the apartment for like a couple days.
yeah,
And I'm sure they got high as fuck the whole time.
yes,
So no one wants to sleep alone. Also, like lounge area in residence halls turns into like sleeping areas for students who live off campus. Sorority houses hire full-time security guards. But it's like, what if the security guard is the murderer? You know? They sleep with baseball bats and mace under their pillows. Extra locks are installed on their doors and windows. Gun sales soar. Helicopters all over town at night, etc. You know, people are freaking the fuck out, as they should be. Students are told that they would not be penalized for missing class or going home, which a lot of them did.
fucking try to penalize me. Are you crazy?
Yeah, good, great.
Yeah.
Penalize me. I'm going to Europe for the
Yeah.
school year. Then on Tuesday, so that was Sunday, the first victims were found. The next night, the third one's found. Then Tuesday, so coming up on August 27th, just 2 days after the Hoyt murder, 2 more victims were found. Manny Taboda and Tracy Paulus. They're both 23 years old. They're roommates. Manny's a guy. Tracy's a female. Manny is like 6'3", fucking, had been a high school athlete. He's like Bill, and everyone loves him. He's over 200 pounds. And Manny and Tracy had been friends since high school. So her parents were stoked when she was like, I'm in a roommate with my friend Manny. And they're like, great, she's fucking safe, which 100% you would think so. And, so a friend of the two of them had asked another friend that lived in town to check on them when he hadn't heard from them since Sunday. The maintenance man unlocked the door, and they immediately spotted Tracy's naked, bloody body in the hallway. And the maintenance man, they immediately he does what he should. He leaves and fucking locks the door on the way out and calls the police, making sure the scene is safe and no one's going to go in there. But the police arrive 5 minutes later. They find the door is now unlocked from the inside. And the maintenance man was like, when we came in, I saw a fucking black, duffel bag near Tracy's body, and it's gone now.
Oh no,
Dude.
oh fuck.
Can you fucking imagine?
So the only reason probably that maintenance man lived was because he was so smart to go, do not contaminate this crime scene.
Him and the friend who had come over, they were together.
Oh, right.
So yeah,
right.
he wasn't like, oh no, what's going on? Let's go search for Manny.
Right.
Because he saw the body. They were
Good
like,
God.
step back and let's get out of here.
Unbelievable.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
And the fact that he remembered, you see something as horrible as that, and the fact that he remembered that there was a bag there still, because you're having the shock moment is insane. So Manny's body is found in his bed, and he was dead of a vicious struggle with someone who had a knife.
Ugh.
And so basically it looked like someone had come in to subdue Manny so that they could attack Tracy. And it's probably because of the interruption that there's no mutilations this time, but who knows what would have happened if he had been found out later. Gainesville fucking blows up. The media goes crazy. There's comparisons with the Ted Bundy killing spree in the college town of Tallahassee, Florida in 1978. And Ted Bundy had been sent to the electric chair just a year before these murders started happening.
Oh, shit.
So everyone's like, this is fresh.
Yeah.
And we're the ones that killed Ted Bundy, and now this is going on. The comparisons also quickly made to Jack the Ripper because of the mutilations, and that's when the media picks up on the moniker of the Gainesville Ripper. And that's plastered on the fucking front cover of every magazine all over the country. By this point, the bizarre murders had attracted widespread media attention. There's all these fucking news outlets, and it does kind of remind you of the movie Scream. You can see where they got a lot of this stuff because, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, I'm sure there were, every once in a while you drive through LA and you'll look over and there'll be like a KTLA news van with the antenna all the way up.
Totally.
And someone standing on a sidewalk doing a man on the street.
Yeah.
Like, of course that was happening all over that city.
Right.
Because that is what is a huger story than there is an active, like, berserking serial killer on the loose.
And what's so crazy about it is all these women, it was like small brunette women that were being killed, and suddenly a fucking man like a big athletic man is attacked and killed too. And so everyone's like, well, now nobody's safe. This isn't just like women who live alone.
Right.
It's like, you're not even safe with your fucking best friend who's a dude who's like going to protect you.
Right.
It's like scaring everyone now. And they're like all, the media are trying to get fucking interviews with all these college students who are freaking out. I'm sure there's a ton of good fucking footage online that's so 1990 you can't even handle it.
Just tons of scrunchies and crying.
Scrunchies and crying.
And then in the background,
Crunched
if you
hair.
want to call me baby.
Is that when that was? Okay.
I don't know.
Of course, there's enormous pressure on the Gainesville police to find the killer. Duh. There's a lengthy investigation that ensues with over 6,500 leads and over 1,500 pieces of evidence. 6,500 fucking leads. Initially, though, the police had very few credible leads to go on. And they did there's a couple of people that got fingered for it and got in the media spotlight and kind of their lives ruined over it. Mm-hmm. Which I don't want to get into because we don't, sucks.
Because it ruined their lives.
It ruined their lives. Yeah. So they're not connected immediately. So this is all right, let's start somewhere else. Here we go. 10 days after the last murder on September 7th in Ocala, Florida, about 40 miles from Gainesville, police arrest a dude named Danny Harold Rolling. He's 36 years old. He fucking looks like a young Al Bundy. He looks like Al Bundy to me in every...
Al Bundy, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You know, what's his name? The actor?
Who I now think of as just from Modern Family.
Oh, right.
Not the opposite, but it's just such a refined version of Al Bundy.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Give me a second, I'll remember his
name. Ed.
Grimley. Yeah,
Jr.
damn it. Norton.
Vince. Oh my God. Steven's pointing at me. Ed, don't say it. Ed. Harris. No, Ed. Say it.
Ed O'Neill.
Damn it. We would never get there.
I would have gotten it. No,
wait, really quick.
Yeah.
We were watching Modern Family one day. My sister loves that show. I love it too. It's good. Very consistently well written for years, and the people on it are amazing. Mm-hmm. My dad walks through the room. Ed O'Neill is on this screen, and my dad walks through and goes, "He's an amazing handball player." What? And keeps walking.
That's such a dad thing to say.
Handball.
How does
I'm
he even know
first of all,
that?
you're not from Brooklyn. What are you talking about?
And those are the oh my God.
It's smacking things against a wall. I feel like
Queens. That's when dad would have been oh yeah, we used to play at the Y.
Yes. Exactly.
But he just had that tidbit of information.
Yes.
And he read an article. I bet he read what's the old timey people?
AARP?
He read an AARP article with Ed O'Neill that talked about how much he loved fucking handball.
It sounded to me like he had a friend who also was good at handball.
Oh.
And maybe bragged that he knew the guy from Modern Family.
25 years ago, probably.
Or 70 years ago. I mean, it's such an old sport. Yeah, it was hilarious. And of course, we start laughing. Then we're like, wait, we have follow-up questions. He was already out in the driveway.
Dad. Okay, so this fucking dude, this Ed O'Neill, 36-year-old Ed O'Neill dude, which you see these photos of people.
You shouldn't call him the Ed O'Neill dude.
Sure, you're right. You see these people and you're like, that guy's a gross old serial killer, and then you're like, wait, that guy's younger than me in that photo.
Yeah,
it's bananas.
Hard life. Hard living?
Receding hairline, but if you hadn't seen that, I don't know. There's just something about him that's
aged.
Hard life for sure.
Okay.
Aged. Dead shark eyes.
No.
Absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
Biggest piece of shit. So, September 7th. So this shit all happens. It started on August 28th, and now we're on September 7th. And 40 miles from Gainesville, this dude, 36-year-old Danny Rolling, he's a drifter who was born in Shreveport, Louisiana. He'd been arrested on this date after an armed robbery of a Winn-Dixie. Did you ever go to a Winn-Dixie?
No, I've never been.
Me neither, but
Or a Piggly Wiggly.
No, me neither.
Neither.
Shit. I think, are they closed? I don't know. Everyone let us know.
They'll all let us know. Any rhetorical question we ask gets answered.
And you should see how I spelled this because I was in a hurry.
Okay.
And there's a K next to an X. All right. So police, at this time when he gets arrested for this armed robbery, police are focused on this mentally ill student who had been evicted from the apartment complex where Tracy, Paulus, and Manny had lived. So there's this dude who lived there. He's their prime suspect because his roommates were like, "You're fucking bananas," because he was not taking his medication at the time.
Yeah.
He had some issues and he was like a little fucking, he was an okay suspect because he was a little bananas, but like quickly he didn't turn out. And he was their prime suspect. This is the media being like, this is the guy with his face on the fucking cover and shit. It's not him. So while in custody, Rawling, he's super chatty. Like he wants to talk about himself a lot. He admitted to the robbery. He also admitted to shooting his father, which he's wanted for.
Okay.
His dad's a retired police lieutenant.
Wow.
And then there's the like story of fucking this dude's life that's like horrible and his dad is a piece of shit and all this stuff. But it's like, well, that's no excuse to kill people.
Is it the standard kind of abuse cycle
Yes.
and alcoholism and
Standard.
all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Standard.
Okay.
So he had shot his father in the stomach and the head during an argument, but the dad lived and just had like his eye got shot out and like one of his ears and like some crazy shit.
And so it was a real awkward Thanksgiving that year.
You'd think. So during the argument 4 months earlier, and he had taken the fuck off. As a teen, he had been caught peeking in windows to watch girls shower and undress. It sounds like a lot, like similar to the Golden State Killer, kind of the way it ramped up.
Yep.
He then had become a drifter. He had committed armed robberies in Alabama, Louisiana, and Georgia. Like he had been in prison and that sort of thing. So, but he wouldn't even be suspected like as the Gainesville Ripper until about 3 months later. So for 3 fucking months, everyone is, so when this dude that they arrested, the mentally ill guy who's in prison now for like some other thing, the murder stopped. So they're like, we've got our guy. But for 3 months, they hadn't for sure caught someone, which sounds,
There was no evidence linking this guy.
Right, like
except for that he lived in that apartment complex.
right. Yeah. So 3 months later, after he's arrested, this Rawling is arrested, when the Gainesville Murder Task Force, they start looking at inmates in Central Florida jails, prisoners who had been arrested after the last murder attributed to the Ripper. So I think they finally find out that this kid is not the culprit, and they're like, we need to do some fucking work right now. So they also do the let's see. So they call all these different counties, including Shreveport, which is Rawling's hometown, and they request, Gainesville requests, similar crimes like that sound the same. And, they noted that the similarities to the 5 murders in Gainesville matched a triple homicide that had happened in Shreveport in November of 1989. Julie Grissom, she's a 24-year-old girl, her nephew, Sean Grissom, who was 8, and Julie's father, Tom Grissom, who was 55, had been discovered stabbed to death in Tom Grissom's home in November of 89. Julie's body had been mutilated, clean, and then posed in a really similar manner. Her hair had been like spread out, and it was just like a very similar horrific thing, one that you don't forget. And when someone calls you and says, this is how the bodies were found, you fucking immediately are like,
yeah,
this happened here too.
Yeah.
So the task force in Gainesville re-examines every crime that had happened in the Gainesville area at the time of the Ripper murders, which I think is so cool. Like anything, including a bank robbery.
Oh.
So they noted that on August 27th, 1990, the day Hoyt was discovered, Danny Rawling's hobo camp had been found by police in a wooded area located near the apartment complex where some of the victims had lived. Mm-hmm. So in some like fucking light woods, there's this fucking drifter, sets up camp and has all his shit there. And like the cops had seen him. He ran. They followed him and they found his campsite, but he had gotten away. So the police had found at his campsite a bag of money with pink dye from the bank robbery. So like when the fucking money, the dye explodes and shit, which is such a bummer.
Right. All that money ruined.
I mean, pink. Yuck. Like, at least have a nice, cool color. So he had left everything behind. They fucking packed up his whole campsite and put it in storage, like, just in case they could find him at one point. But, like, without going through everything and seeing the connection between the Gainesville Ripper murders, unfortunately. But how would they have known?
Right.
So at this point, they pull that fucking shit out of storage, right? They send it out for testing. And so when Danny Rolling had gone into jail for the Winn-Dixie fucking thing, he had like a bum tooth. And so the dentist had yanked the tooth. They had kept the tooth. They got a fucking warrant for the fucking tooth to DNA test that motherfucking thing.
Now, do you think that jail dentist just had the tooth in his pocket? Or do you think it was like in a little test tube somewhere?
I think he strings them all around his neck whenever he pulls a fucking tooth.
I love that because it's like, it's your rotten tooth. No one's going to think to be like, I need that back.
I want that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they got a warrant. Like, they got a warrant. Still had, even though it was in their custody and happened at the jail, I would think that they wouldn't need a warrant for it because it was done there.
Right.
But nope, they need a fucking warrant for it, which is so cool.
We have a lot of protections.
That's right. Not enough.
No.
So, okay, so there's a DNA test and the results reveal that 1990, like, that's pretty new, right? Mm-hmm. The DNA is consistent with what the killer left at the murder scene. And they're like, oh shit, this is our dude. Also, a screwdriver that was in that storage unit had been found in his hobo camp. And it found 17 matches between the screwdriver and the pry marks at the murder scene. So even when the doors were locked, he was just able to pry them in, which, I mean, sliding glass doors, you guys, get those dowels that you put so you can't, like the dowels that you put there. Like, let's just all do that, please. I'm so scared of them. They also, dude, this fucking idiot. So he has a guitar and he writes fucking, country songs.
Danny Rolling?
Uh-huh. And he records them. He's like a tape recorder.
Oh.
And
You're saying they're good?
They're amazing. No, they're like, I just hate this guy. He records he had recorded at the hobo camp, like, messages to his parents of like, he basically is like, the night that he goes to kill people, he's recording like a cryptic, like, I have to do this thing. Don't hate me for this. And then also recorded all these country songs that he wrote. And they're just like so terrible and embarrassing and like horrible. He just sucks so bad. And then like, I listen to a podcast and I'll like play one of the country songs with like horror music in the background. And it's like, this is still a terrible song. Yeah. It's not horror. It's like,
right. It's not scary. It's
horrible.
Lots of people do this. It's bad music.
He just fucking sucks. It's not creepier because he's a fucking serial killer.
But it is crazy that he is making those choices to record himself, like, to basically make evidence against himself.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's get to this stuff because it's the same thing with like when like fucking John Wayne Gacy is like, I'm a painter, buy my shit. And it's like, well, it's not that good, but it's John Wayne Gacy, so you'll buy it. I think it's the same kind of thing. Or it's like, but I'm fucking Danny Rolling, so it's, it's a serial killer's music because he wanted to be famous. All right, I wrote, he sucks so bad. He's charged with several counts of murder in November of 91. In 94, nearly 4 years after the murders, Rolling was finally brought to trial. He claimed that his motive was to become a, quote, superstar, much in the same way as Ted Bundy. So he wanted to be famous. He wanted these like recordings to be like, studied and shit. He unexpectedly pleads guilty to all charges. And the reason he does that is because he doesn't want to see the crime scene photos at the trial.
Oh, like he just doesn't want to go through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, I can't even look at the crime scene photos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you were there for it.
You were there.
Dude.
You created these crime scene photos.
Jesus.
He's diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and borderline personality disorder. After his, not that anyone with these fucking conditions would do something like this. Just get that out of the way. And after his trial, he's sentenced to the death. He's sentenced to death for the murders in Gainesville.
Good.
Which was one of the things that if you plead guilty, it's more likely that you can be sentenced to murder, which is interesting.
Sentenced to death?
Yes. Jesus Christ.
What's happening?
Wouldn't it be? Never mind. While in prison, okay, here's this fucked up shit. You ready for this? While in prison,
It's been pretty fucked up already.
here's some more fucked up shit.
Okay.
Which I didn't know about before I studied this. While in prison, he approaches a controversial American true crime author named Sandra London. Have you heard of her?
No.
She is like she's a true crime author like Anne Rule, but without scruples. So he tells her he wants to tell his story through her eyes because he wanted to write a book about everything and he needs her help with it.
Okay.
So they collaborate in writing a psychological memoir, which includes Rowling's confessions to the 5 murders, along with other capital crimes for which he had not been charged. He just like wants everyone to know everything because he's a fucking show off. And so Sandra London and fucking Rowling are sued by the state of Florida under the Son of Sam law, which means that you can't make money off your crimes.
Right.
Also, though, Danny Rowling and Sandra London fall in love and get engaged.
Of course.
Can I read? Okay. About their first meeting in person, she says, I approached my meeting with Danny thinking I was prepared for anything, but there was one thing I was not prepared for. I had no idea what a fine-looking man he is today. Instead of the broken and dejected loser I'd seen on TV, standing before my hungry eyes was
Ew.
one gorgeous hunk of a man.
No, honey.
Honey.
Because also that's just bad writing.
It's also bad writing.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
She went on to write 50 Shades of Grey. No.
Here's the thing about people that fall in love with serial killers.
Especially serial killers who've just told you everything they've ever done.
Yeah.
They're not even like lying that they didn't do it.
No, you sit there. I mean, you've told me what he's done, and I'm not, look, I don't know what the pictures look like. I don't know anything. And there's a couple things I wish I didn't have had to have heard. The idea that she would then be like, I need to be with this person.
Yeah.
There's something like that thing. I think it's like, you might be confusing, like trauma, stress, shock, like all those feelings are like, I have butterflies. And it's like, no, you're fucking scared for your life. You fucking idiot.
Your fight or flight response.
Yeah, you're basically kind of like, you're trying to get small and be like, take pity on me. And then he does of like, well, I like you, little lady. And
It's also
like,
the thing of like, well, I know him. Like he wanted to open up to me of all
special.
people. And I'm special. And she's like, he's totally psychopath. But like, she says like psychopaths are like crystals where they have these multifaceted layers and it's not just one thing and blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, the
Sure.
one thing that's really important is that he's a fucking murderer.
that's the top layer.
Top one, and don't go underneath that because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, lots of people have lots of layers.
Sure.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, almost done. On October 25th, 2006, the Florida State Prison in Stark, I just copied and pasted this wrong. Danny Rowling was executed by lethal injection. At the time of his death, he was 52 years old. So it took a while. So this month, August, marks the 28th anniversary of the murders in Gainesville. And there's a 1,120 foot long retaining wall along Southwest 34th Street. And there is a tribute to the victims. It was first painted in 1990 with black, red, and white paint by Adam Byron Tritt. So he thought it would just be this like temporary, tribute to the victims that that everyone could go and mourn at. But through the years, people have been regularly repainting it and touching it up. And so it's still fucking there for 28
lovely.
years.
Wow.
Yeah. And I saw photos of it and it's just simple and sad and has their names really large. At the memorial's 20-year anniversary, a plaque was placed below the graffiti memorial reading in memory of Sonia Larson, Christina Powell, Krista Hoyt, Tracy Paulus, Manuel Taboda. And that's the fucking Gainesville Ripper murders.
Wow, dude. Rough stuff.
Yeah.
Man. And you're right. It is like a horror movie. Because also Scream has like those kind of campy elements. This is like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre version of Scream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's worse.
It's worse.
It's the worst of most of the stories we've done. Also just because it is that thing of the building fear in the city.
Yeah.
And where it's the how
Like, no
upsetting
one's
to
safe.
be a police person.
Yeah.
Where you're at one crime going, holy shit, what I just saw. And then they're like, LA Mary
Yeah.
3 and 4. I'll just do what I know the radio call signs are from Chips.
Oh shit! Do it again.
LA Mary 3 and 4. Those were their radio
And
calls.
3, 4. What does that mean?
I don't know. It's like, well, they were Los Angeles.
grab it.
And I think M3 and M4.
Oh sure. Oh, got it.
I don't know.
Amazing.
Ponch and John. I don't know what they're, that's what the lady said every time they had a call and then they had to go, talk to somebody on the side of the highway. But my point is to be basically a homicide detective. It's not like there's a ton of them.
Yeah.
Same ones have to go to all of them.
Yeah.
And in 5 days,
Yeah.
they've seen horrors that like most people never see.
Totally. Especially when you go to a town like Gainesville where you're expecting it to be like drunken parties and, like bar brawls. They have to break up and domestic, violence, which is horrible, but like shit that you know what to expect when you get there.
Right.
And then this kind of thing happens and you're helpless and you have, you don't have suspects. You don't have you have a million tips and you have to follow all of them up and none of them are leading anywhere. And it's just, got really lucky by catching him as quickly as they did and then putting the fucking pieces together because he absolutely would have kept killing people.
Well, and I would just like to say bravo to those Gainesville police officers because of reaching out to other, it's that thing where a lot of the times the stories we tell is when they will not go outside of their area and everybody is cliquey, where clearly this is the beginnings of that changing where they're like, we've got to do it and we've got to do that footwork to figure out.
Is anything similar? And then what other little crimes happened that day? Like those days, even a fucking stolen bike could have been like, a getaway vehicle, whatever, it's just
somebody was a really good investigator.
Yeah.
Because also if this is a town, it's a college town and it's also a town that's listed in Money Magazine as like one of the nicest places to live. Homicide is not common there.
Right.
So and I wonder if they called the FBI in and there was like
they did call the FBI in and
I think they always do, right?
But what's the
with like murder of this level?
It's like V shit. I like took it out for some reason. It's like their database back then.
VICAP?
Yes. They checked VICAP and I think that's another way they were to like pinpoint similar murders and that sort of thing.
Right. Ugh,
So FBI was involved.
So crazy.
Yeah.
I like the idea that there's FBI in every city.
Yeah.
I think that's really fascinating.
Yeah.
We should go knock on some doors.
We should.
I'm going to find the Burbank FBI.
We should busk outside of the local FBI agency.
Do-wah. They're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're arrested immediately. You guys are suspects in everything.
They're like, we found that apartment where you didn't pay rent that last month and then you just moved out.
Did you do that?
I think we may have done that. Only once. And it was
once is all it takes.
Right. Goodbye. It was an apartment where I think after we left, I think the whole place got like shut down.
Condemned.
It was truly like at a slant. It was really in a shitty part of San Francisco. It was bad. It was really bad. And I think I remember them coming up just to tell us, don't step out on the back porch. It was that bad.
Oh my God.
So it was not like, we didn't have a ton of guilt.
Then you were in the right.
I also put my hand through the front window one time when I was trying to open it and I was super drunk.
Oh no.
I was like 4 pitchers of beer.
Oh my God.
And I was home and I was like, I'm going to open this window. And I couldn't pull it up straight. It wasn't going up straight. And I thought, oh, I'll bang.
No.
And it was really old, obviously, thin glass that had never been replaced because I went like once to kind of tap it.
Jesus.
My entire hand went through the window.
Did you cut yourself?
I cannot remember.
Don't you hate that? It's like you were drunk, and if you cut yourself, your friends are like, Karen's drunk. And it's like, no, this would have happened even if I were sober because his glass is shit.
I mean, you can say that.
Okay, fine.
But when do you put your hand through a window unless you're fucking so drunk that you're like, I'll take care of it, everybody.
I'll open the window.
I'll open it right now. You on
Oh,
the street. You on the street. Are you okay? Party.
Come on to drunk Karen.
Come up here. Do you have any beers?
I Okay, I'm going to pee.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye. Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing with. They do the boho chic. There's mid-century. It's a little bit modern. It's something new. Like there's so many choices in there and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day. And I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Goodbye.
Support for today's episode comes from Square.
Nobody starts a business because they love payroll
or invoices or business.
And that's why there's Square.
Square brings your payments, inventory, scheduling, staff, online orders, and reporting together in one connected system.
You can take payments in person, online, or on the go and track sales and inventory in real time.
Instead of juggling a bunch of different apps, Square keeps everything connected behind the scenes so you're spending less time fixing problems.
Whether you're just getting started or growing your business, Square is designed to grow with you without complicated setup, contracts, or hidden fees.
If you're starting a business or running one that deserves better tools, Square helps you sell, manage, and grow without slowing down.
Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/MFM.
That's SQUARE.com/GO/MFM.
Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today. Goodbye.
Okay. So we will downshift slightly here.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. This one is older, less intense, and has some interesting layers to it.
Pre-1990?
Yes.
Okay.
But I liked it because lately there have been times, obviously all my life, where I will sit there and watch, like, if it's like Real Detective, I just watch every single episode. And then sometimes I'll make notes and then later go back and be like, oh, that's a good case.
Yeah.
But lately I think it's the heat. I think it's like cultural, political stuff that's happening where I just want less of everything. Mm-hmm. And so when I go to do those things, the things that used to relieve my anxiety, they cause more. So now I've been watching things where it's like slow and easy and low key and like far away. So
like the Japanese TV show that we watched last night together. Let's talk about it. Fucking hooray.
Okay.
You'll hear it.
Georgia busted out a show last night.
I had no idea. You didn't know. Let's
yeah, we'll talk about it.
We'll save it.
Okay. So anyway, I love that people constantly suggest cases to us, like, have you covered this? Why haven't you covered this? Mm-hmm. And it's funny because there's too many questions to answer on Twitter, but sometimes the answer is we did it in a live show, you just haven't heard it yet,
right,
or it hasn't been posted yet, or we can't post it for whatever reason, or like, for example, I read the research of Danny Rawling that Steven put together for me when we went to Florida. Mm-hmm. But when you're doing a live show and you have 30-minute story of people going, oh,
Yeah.
and it's like not as fun for us.
And that's in the, not even just the live show, but in the actual recording too. Like, it's really hard to do stories like what I just did, or like the eyeball killer, or like any kind of fucking child murder. You're like, why don't you do this one? It's like, because we don't want to fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
And there's no way to do it. Like, that was the cleanest I could have done it without talking about his fucking past and getting really descriptive about the mutilation.
Yeah, we still have to do it so that we walk away here
Right.
not bummed out.
Yeah.
You know, as much as anybody else. So, which is fine. This is
great.
like, it's a version of how to talk about true
Which is
crime.
why we love when people are like, have you done this one? I have so many screen grabbed and saved that people having suggested things like, I've never fucking heard of that one before.
Same. And I am always looking for, I just like the weirdness. So even like, especially lately, I've been like, has anyone ever been killed by a random cyclone? I'm doing stuff like that where I'm like, you're making this way too hard for yourself.
Yeah.
And then this one came up the other day because there was this article in the Washington Post a bunch of people sent to us.
Okay.
So I would like to thank listeners Natalia and Amanda. And the first one to have posted this article and say, hey, what about this? Have you ever heard of this theory?
I love that you're giving fucking first person credit. This is great.
First is like, come on.
First is the best.
First is first. Fruity Troll Roll got this to us first.
Of course, good old Fruity Troll
I was
Roll,
like,
FTR.
FTR.
Oh, yeah, you know.
I was like, can you please find, because I really want to give credit. This
Yeah.
is something that came to me. And sometimes I rely so heavily on those suggestions.
Amen.
And Fruity Troll Roll was like, hey, do you guys? And I was like, thank you. So this is the story.
I get so excited. Karen just 1 second in me, and now I'm like on the edge of my fucking couch.
I just want to double
My article couch.
check.
Wait, Karen has a pen in her mouth, which absolutely disgusts me. Don't ever put your pen and pencils in your mouth, people. It's just germ city. It's like licking a fucking doorknob, especially in this house. You've seen my cat sit butthole first on a pen, Karen.
God damn it, Georgia. That
just
thing was
edit this
in
out.
my mouth. Also, this.
I don't know why I'm filling the silence when we could really just have Steven cut it out.
That's right.
It's because I had
I like it. It's like I've somehow
Yeah.
fallen and you have to cover.
and I'm covering with a couple glasses of wine that I've had. And I'm just going to fill the time. Elvis, how do you feel about it? Great.
Thank you, Fruity Troll Roll, for sending the story of the Lady of the Dunes. Have you heard this one?
Shit. Yes, but I don't. Yes.
Okay. This is a cold case from 1974. And
Oh, I know. Yes.
do you know?
Yes.
And did you read this article?
Yeah, but I was like, I've heard this before. Like, I didn't pay attention to it.
Okay.
So great.
So this was just in the Washington Post, and which is why it's kind of come back around. And in this article, it was the article was written by a guy named Isaac Stanley Becker for the Washington Post, and it's really it's so fascinating and it's cool and it's about somebody, but then it's also about this cold case, and there's a movie involved, which of course I love. So it was all very interesting, but
It's very pop culture-y.
it is. And kind of timely. It crosses lots of interest lines or makes a lot of connections. But also there's a book written by a writer named Deborah Halber. She wrote it in 2014 called The Skeleton Crew, which is about, online sleuths solving crimes.
Fucking fun.
And so they refer to this cold case as the holy grail of a case to be solved. So I think that's why it comes up a lot. And I also think it comes up a lot because the police in this area, Provincetown, Massachusetts, kind of haven't let it go. They just keep bringing it back to the news. Like it seems
It's like the
every
one
10
that
years.
they really want to solve and can't. But it's also got a really cool name that's like creepy.
The Lady in the Dunes.
That's like the Talmud Shud kind of case where it's like, what is that? It's intriguing.
That's right. Also, I just said the Lady in the Dunes, which is what I wrote in this document. It's the Lady of the Dunes. I keep saying as if it's the Lady in the Water, the M. Night Shyamalan film that I don't think that many people saw. It's the Lady of the Dunes. Right. Okay, so essentially here's how it goes. On Friday, July 26, 1974, a 13-year-old girl is walking her beagle along the Race Point Dunes in Provincetown, and her parents are there. They're visiting their friend who lives in one of what they called the artist studio, or it was an artist studio. They were called the Dune Shacks. So they were these old shacks that basically people went and lived in and kind of refurbished. And it was like, because it was away from everything and like
everything's like sea salt worn and shit.
Exactly.
I'm thinking of the Lost Boys right now, like
Yeah.
that kind of when they pull into town and shit.
that's Santa Cruz,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I'm thinking of the wrong city.
We're thinking of the wrong coast, but it's that feel because it's beachy, but it's very remote.
Yeah.
So she's walking her dog, right? Because her parents are back. It's 1974. It's an artist shack.
Yeah.
So, she's like, bye, I'm going to walk around the dunes. And when she gets to, this basically a patch of pine trees, her dog smells something, runs off.
Beagles. They're good at
Those
that.
fucking beagles. And, she finds in a clearing the body of a woman. It was lying face down on a green beach blanket, naked. And the woman has been there long enough, and she's in the state of decomposition that she's kind of a bluish green color.
Oy vey.
So, of course, the little girl runs back to her parents, and they call the park ranger station. And head ranger Jim Hankins is the first person to arrive on the scene. So he finds the body of this woman. She's 5'6". She's somewhere between the ages of 20 and 49. They can't really tell, though, because she has so much damage and decomposition around her face and head.
Oh, my God.
She has an athletic build. She has long auburn hair, and it's tied back in a ponytail with a gold flecked hairband. And her toenails are painted pink. And her hands are, they look like they're dug into the sand, like she was doing a push-up.
Yeah. Like
But-
trying to get up. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, when he looks closer, her hands have been removed.
Oh, my God. Isn't it insane that someone could lay there that long without being detected?
They think it was it could have been between 1 to 3 weeks
Holy
that she was laying there.
shit.
So that's kind of how remote this
Yeah.
area is.
Yeah.
And at the time, what the park rangers were trying to figure out is like, they knew who drove in and out of that park.
Right.
Because you had to go by the park ranger station.
Sure.
And that's the old sign up here, and we write down your license, and they know everything.
yeah.
So they don't know who she is. She didn't have a car. They don't know how she got to such a remote location.
It's also so creepy that she's on a beach. Like she's not, no one like tried to hide her. It's like the place where she last, it's almost like she lay down on this beach blanket and died, but
right.
no.
Yeah. And because she's naked.
Yeah.
And there's no overt sign of assault or struggle. They are thinking that she was laying in this patch, and she went into the patch of trees so that nobody could see her from the beach.
Right.
Because this is like in the dunes area. So it's away from the water. And she went to basically not have tan lines.
Sure.
So she's nude sunbathing, maybe falls asleep in the sun. And that's when she gets hit in the head, blunt force trauma that cracks her skull. And that was the cause of death. The angle, when they do the autopsy or figure out the angles, they realize the person who hit her was probably laying next to her.
What?
Yes, because that's the angle of the blow.
Hit her while they were laying next to her?
Right. So either she knew the person, and that's why there's no struggle, and she was asleep or just laying there calmly.
Sure.
Or she was asleep and the person came and like laid down. I mean, like it's just like you can run 17 creepy scenarios.
She didn't jump up in fear in any way. So yeah.
She either was asleep or she knew the person is the theory.
Right. Or wasn't threatened in some way by this person.
Right. And the reason that they are, they don't believe, and there's not evidence of sexual assault, because she's nude, but her jeans are folded up underneath her head.
Okay.
And so
God, I've like laid out in that position, in that scenario, and that with a pillow.
Right.
Naked.
And her, the towel she's laying on is not disturbed.
Right.
The sand around her is not disturbed, which is very strange.
So strange.
So all of that is, that takes a while for them to put all that together. But, basically once, Head Ranger Jim Hankins basically sees what's on his, what they have there. He calls police chief Jimmy Meads at home.
Yeah.
And so when the police further investigate, they find that she had dental work that they classify it as New York style, because it cost between $5,000 and $10,000. So
At that time. What year was it again?
74.
That's crazy.
And she had 7 gold crowns.
Holy shit.
So it's the idea that this is not a, in their minds,
Yeah.
it's not a runaway. She hasn't been living on the street. This is a person who's been taken care of, who's had a good life, or at least
Access to good dental care, which that means you're probably not in a rural setting.
Yeah. Or the best insurance or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my God.
it's not someone who's like, I've been drug addict living off the street and I'm trying to sleep in the dunes.
Sure.
They're like, this is something else. Some of her teeth have been removed. And they don't know when, and they,
they don't know if it's prior or
didn't specify. But I mean, I think it was, they believe in the act, like her teeth were removed, because later on they suspect Whitey Bulger. They actually question him.
keep going. This is
Okay.
I only know the basics of this, and I'm so fucking deep into this and sad.
It's very cool. But also I will say this, there's, I'm sure, so much more online because so many people have done the internet work about this.
Right.
So if you want the deep dive to know all these details, and I would highly recommend, that it, first of all, I already bought and started Deborah Halber's book, The Skeleton Crew, and it's great.
I'm doing it immediately.
It's great. But also this is something that, it's one of those things that if I right now went online and then saw where people are like, the Whitey Bulger theory is so immature or whatever, where I'm always like, afterwards I always go like, why don't I check Reddit first? They know everything.
Reddit knows everything.
They know everything.
I know.
So let me get back to my paragraph.
Go ahead.
Do it then.
I'm going to wait here and just talk until you find it.
They find 2 sets of footprints leading to her body.
As one Jesus. That's terrible.
It's what we do. And then 50 yards away, there's a set of tire tracks. But all the park rangers, all the vehicles were accounted for.
Yeah.
So that doesn't, that never helps anybody.
But what if it's one of the park rangers?
I mean, could be. That's Reddit. They're like, God damn it, Georgia.
They're like, we already
we did that already twice. We did it in 1997. Okay. They think her body could have been there for up to 3 weeks. But because they're at the dunes, so there's lots of insects, the decomposition makes it hard.
And she's laying in the sun.
Yeah. She's laying in a patch where it's, and there's lots of grass around her. Also, the picture.
They have a photo?
Mm-hmm. There's pictures. Actually, do you mind just clicking on that article so that I can show Georgia? There's
Look, I'm going to do it at some point tonight, whether it's when you guys are here or when you're gone and I can't sleep.
Stop confronting me about your pictures.
No, what I'm saying is I'm a monster. Just show it to me now.
Okay. But
don't look, but Steven, don't look at it. I should just not make Steven look at this. I don't want Steven to sue us for traumatic stress at some point.
No, it's a Washington Post article. So essentially, her face and head are unidentifiable because of the wound, because of the decomposition. Mm-hmm. Even though the head trauma, because her skull was cracked, was determined to be the cause of death. She's also strangled so severely that she was almost decapitated. Which was also a Whitey Bulger thing of, garroting people, I think.
I don't really know anything about Whitey Bulger.
Bulger, I think. Every time I say it, I think I should be saying the other one. But whatever.
I don't know anything about
He's
it.
He's a hitman.
I know he's a hitman, but I didn't know,
Oh, then you do know something about it. Okay, hold on.
You got me back for earlier.
Yeah.
That sounded like
Did you feel the sting of it?
Third grader. And it hurt. And it really hurt. It brought me back to third grade. I need to fucking write a new chapter for the book about that third grade.
Good. That'll be for the, that's bonus content.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. It's like a far away.
Yep.
You can't really tell. You can't really see, but you can see that. Oh, I see her foot. I see that there's something. Oh, poor baby.
The only clothes that were found there were a blue bandana and that pair of jeans that were folded under her head. So, she also had a hamburger and french fries in her stomach, which meant that she had been in town recently because she hadn't metabolized those yet. So there's nowhere to get any of that stuff where she was. So of course they begin searching and questioning as many people as they can. And they look through missing person reports and the lists of vehicles that were in the entire area at the time. They're getting nothing back. Then when the police chief first sees the scene, the first person he thinks of is they had just had, he had just prosecuted and sent to jail a serial killer named Tony Costa. And for a second, he thinks this could be his work. And then, but that would be impossible because Tony Costa had hung himself in jail 2 months before.
Whoa.
But it had been right before.
Crazy. Bummer.
There was another lead that they had, which I think is interesting. It was an escaped female prisoner named Rory Kessinger, and who was around 25 at the time. And she had disappeared. And so they were like, maybe it's...
Why don't we know more about this woman?
I know. I mean, you can Google it. I'm sure there's plenty to know. And Reddit's like, we'll fucking tell you. But when they went and took DNA from Kessinger's mother, obviously later on when DNA was modern and developed, it wasn't a match. So then there's the Whitey Bulger theory, because he removed his victim's teeth, so you couldn't identify them as easily.
Right. And hands.
And hands.
So no fingerprints.
But I don't know if that was his thing.
Right.
He had also been seen with a woman resembling the victim around the same time.
Wait, that's where he was like located and shit?
Yeah. He was, I think he was Boston. Everyone can now go watch the Johnny Depp movie about him.
Okay.
And then learn everything.
I don't like Johnny Depp and I refuse to watch his movies.
I just don't like hitmen. I just don't.
I don't like men who hit.
No, of any kind. Yeah. So the police question him, but they can't ever link him to anything. There's no evidence linking him except for the MO.
Yeah.
Then there's a serial killer named Haddon Clark, who I've never heard of. He was also a paranoid schizophrenic, and he was in jail at the time. He tells an inmate, quote, I could have given the cops her name because I killed her, but not after they beat the shit out of me. So he also told the other inmate that what the cops were looking for was buried in his grandfather's garden. And then finally, he sent a letter to his friend from jail saying he killed a woman in Cape Cod, and then he did drawings of a handless woman on her stomach, naked.
He did it.
And along with a map where her body was found.
He did it. I think it's him.
He also led police where he claimed to have buried 2 women 20 years ago. But none of these clues or leads or anything lead to actual evidence.
Who is he? I want to know this.
Haddon Clark. I've never heard of him and didn't have time to do a separate book report on him. So that's a future thing for you.
Okay, great.
But basically, with all these leads, this case goes cold. So the police end up over time exhuming her body twice. So in 1980, basically the case goes cold for 6 years. Then in 1980, authorities exhume her body so that they can test it for more leads. They're like, we have to do something. Then they rebury the body, but they keep the skull because they know that there's evidence there that maybe they just don't know it now.
Oh, that's so awful.
I know. And eventually, the police chief, James Meads, he puts the skull on his desk and leaves it there.
What?
Because he says he vows to find the name of this woman, that the lady of the dunes will be identified before he retires. So then again, they exhume her in 2000 because DNA developments. And so they gather more DNA that, for testing that they didn't have in 1980. In 2010, the forensic reconstruction of the Lady of the Dunes face appears in the Boston Globe. And that's when Deborah Halber, the author of The Skeleton Crew, she sees it in the Globe and it inspires her to write a book about all these unsolved cases that people are working on the internet. And that's, that's basically what got her. The full name of the book, is The Skeleton Crew, How Amateur Sleuths Are Solving America's Coldest Cases.
Amazing.
Very cool. So this is the modern layer.
Okay.
That's fun and exciting and weird.
Okay.
That made me go crazy.
Okay.
In 2015, there's a writer named Joe Hill, and he's watching an episode of Haunting Evidence. It was the episode was from 2006. It was season 1, episode 6. Mm-hmm. He's watching it. They bring up the lady of the dunes. They show that the facial reconstruction of her, mm-hmm. and they describe the clothes that were found with her, the jeans, and the blue bandana
that she wore around her head.
The blue bandana, yes,
like a kerchief.
Exactly.
We call it a shmata in Yiddish.
That's right. So basically, he watches that and is fascinated by it, mm-hmm. and then soon after. He goes to the 50th anniversary screening of Jaws. It's his favorite movie. And he takes his 3 sons to go see it. And as they're watching, it's 54 minutes and 2 seconds into the movie. You know the part where they reopen the beach so everyone can go to the beach for the 4th of July? Mm-hmm. So they have all these big crowd scenes of people going to the beach. And
is that filmed in Cape Cod?
Yes.
It's filmed like right there.
It was filmed 100 miles. It was filmed in 2 different beach locations, 100 miles from where her body was found.
Okay.
But basically in the same, state general area.
Okay.
But not right there.
Okay.
But nearby. And when he's watching, he spots this woman in the crowd.
I've seen this. Oh my God. She has a blue shmata kerchief on her head,
long auburn hair,
long brown hair, loose white t-shirt, blue jeans. She looks mid-20s, just like a random woman in the background.
Athletic build, probably 5'6".
Yeah.
And when you see her, the woman in this picture's nose is a bit bigger than the one in the facial reconstruction.
It's creepy,
but he basically spotted it, and then he talks about in this article, in the Washington Post article, he talks about how there's no rewind when you're at the movies.
Right.
There's no pausing at the movies. So then he was just like freaking out and going, could it be? And he says he knows it's because he's a writer and he writes like ghost stories and creepy stories.
Yeah.
So he's like, of course my brain wants to fill that in and wants to make that connection. But what if? And so then he goes home.
And so wait, the Jaws and that scene and everything was filmed like right before she got murdered, or like she was found.
That's right. So they were filming Jaws in 1974 in that area. If I knew more about Cape Cod, I would be able to explain it, but I kind of can't. But it's basically, the explanation is within 100 miles.
Yeah.
Which I realize
That's a lot of
is
miles.
Wide, except they had to get people. So those crowd scenes, they had to get a shit fucking ton of people to show up, because it had to be the thing of, look at all these people here. So it was hundreds and hundreds of extras.
Small town. But that's also a typical outfit for the mid-70s too.
Right.
And the hair and it's not that out of character for a woman to be wearing that at the beach.
No. But I think it's just him seeing, it's basically the story that gets looped in his mind that is it's just like the kind of lead where you go, it's possible.
Yeah.
Is because everybody knew that Spielberg was making a movie on the Cape that summer. Right. Everyone nearby knew it.
Yeah.
And everybody knew that they needed people for crowd scenes. Like they said that was the thing that like went all around everywhere. So So it wasn't like, if it was like, okay, we live here, but up in Bakersfield, they're making a movie and we might be able to be in it. Let's drive up there. Like, and maybe let's hitchhike up there because it's 1974. And maybe I'm rich and I live in this town with my parents, but I want to go up there and take my gold fillings up and fucking have a weekend.
Well, that makes sense. And then it makes sense too if whoever she is, her parents had passed away and she was just like on her own, because someone would have connected her with a missing person by now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that makes me think that like there weren't a lot of people who knew her, or she was escaping a fucking, a mess, and no one reported her missing because they didn't think she was. They thought she just fucking skipped town.
Now this is making me think of the Teacher's Pet podcast,
right,
where a woman who had tons of family friends, a brother who was a cop, and the exact same fucking thing happened because it was back in the day, and people kept going, I thought they were going to take care of it. I thought the police were taking care of it. And if you have one person giving a cover story, she's not here because she went to Europe because she finally wants to be a painter
cult or something.
She told us to say fuck you, and everyone goes, oh, that's awful. And then this is what actually ended up happening.
That's a good point.
I mean, it's just something, but I think it's kind of an interesting thing of that they shot that scene in July of 1974. And her body is found at the end of July of 1974.
Wait, okay. I don't think I realized it was that close.
Yes.
And they've never been able to fucking find if this extra woman was like, oh no, that was me. I'm alive. What's up?
No, because the casting director, and I don't know if it's the casting director of Jaws or if they had hired an extras casting director. Could be a different person, but whoever that person would be that would have known any names, or I guess, I mean, like,
how would you know?
You don't get names, you get release forms.
Yeah, I've been an extra and they give 0 to none shit about you.
Yeah. But even that person died in 2009.
Yeah.
So they can't figure out the way to trace hundreds of people that way.
Dude.
Hundreds of potentially locals.
Yeah.
And it's like a thing that a ton of people did.
Oh my God.
But he still goes in and pulls the thing and talks about his theory and brings it to the police. And they're like, we've heard this theory. Yes. Like, thank you. And he said they're receptive, but it didn't thrill them. It wasn't something they hadn't heard before. And no link is found. But here is the quote from Joe Hill in the Washington Post article that I liked. 2 astonishing things happened on Cape Cod in the summer of 1974. One is that Steven Spielberg filmed Jaws, and the other is that someone murdered this woman in the dunes outside Provincetown and got away with it. Anything that stirs people's memories could potentially be productive. And this is still an unsolved cold case. And Joe Hill now has a podcast called Inside Jaws. And that's how this story, I think, got brought to light.
Wow.
Is because he loves that movie so much. And then the thing I will say now at the very end, because in every article, it's what they start with, but Joe Hill is his pen name, and he actually is Stephen King's son.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that's The Lady of the Dunes.
Dude.
The cold case that everyone's still working on, and
shit.
Hopefully will get solved someday soon.
Steven, solve it. That's bananas.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
I know.
What if it gets solved soon?
Also, I love that movie Jaws so much.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's truly a perfect movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's a perfectly done movie. And the idea that it was Steven Spielberg's, basically, aside from Duel, it was his first big, blockbuster is crazy.
And that now it could be possibly tied to a fucking cold case murder of a woman. That's that's the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
It's so, you know what it's like? It's like the guy in The Exorcist that was the x-ray technician that was a serial killer.
Yes.
It's that thing. I love that so much, where some things, it's not common at all that it's a movie, but there are things where people get captured on film back then it did happen sometimes. It's much more common today.
Yeah.
But back then it happened.
But it's just also those weird backstories of in The Wizard of Oz, you could see the legs of someone who hanged themselves from a tree, or in 3 Men and a Baby.
That was a stork, right?
Yeah, I know it. That was, yeah. And then the 3 Men and a Baby, you can see a ghost in the background from a person who killed themselves, which is like, none of it's true. It's all explained away, but it just like adds this level of like lore, this like lore to this, you know.
And it's just as fun, at least for me, obviously the way I just said that to you, because it's the third grade episode, but
at least for smart people like me. Is that what you meant?
At least for people that read half an article like me. But it's just as fun to get caught up in the lore.
Yeah.
And then debunk the lore.
Yeah.
You get to be all the people. You get to be the innocent fool
because there's
that
no
believes
answer.
it. And then you get to read the article that says that was actually a cardboard cutout of a little boy that they hid behind the curtain thinking, get rid of this. And then everybody thinks it's a ghost.
Yeah.
Which is just as fun as there's a ghost to me.
Totally. Because what if we're all wrong?
Yeah. And guess what?
What
we
if
are.
cardboard cutouts are ghosts? What if ghosts are cardboard cutouts?
What?
Yeah.
Every time it's just somebody floating a cardboard cutout by
it's
you.
a ghost with a cardboard cutout.
Paranormal cardboard cutout experiences. My new series.
Someone please make our new series. I'm EP.
Oh, that's right. We just think of an idea and I'm like, well, did you hear about my new series?
Someone please make
of your idea.
Yeah. Someone please make the fucking like logo up like on the, you know.
It's already done. You don't have to finish.
I know. It's
That's
Wednesday night, and by tomorrow morning, it's done.
Again, thank you, Fruity Troll Roll, for being a part of our lives.
Oh, that was a wild ride.
I mean, I feel like this could have also been. It was a shorty for me, but this could have been 12 pages long with all of the players. So much to learn and grow from in these. Who is
the next 8 episodes are going to be based off of this story.
Who is Haddon Clark?
Whitey Bulger. Then also
Bulger is that like cracked wheat that they serve.
Whitey Bulger.
Bulger, like Ray Bulger, who played the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. I could while away the hours.
We're going crazy.
Sorry, Elvis. He's pissed. All right. Do you have a fucking hooray for this week?
Okay, listen.
Say it.
Hanging out with you last night with Cheese.
Oh.
We like hung out like normal people.
You started that with the same tone as I don't have one, forget it.
You just reached out to me and what if I broke your fucking finger?
You can't, out of love.
I can't handle like sincerity so much that I can give you a compliment and have to break your fucking finger.
Talk about it more. Talk about it last night more.
Okay, so I text Karen and I was like, we have so much fucking work to do. There's another announcement coming in the next couple weeks. We have so much work to do.
And it's big.
And it's like, we have emails to answer. It's more than we could just do over text. Like, do you want to come over? And then I also wrote, or do you just want to come over and watch the new Golden State Killer documentary and I'll drink?
Because we're not complaining, obviously.
Yeah.
So much gratitude to the Lord and Jesus and Yahweh.
Tripping upwards during a montage is our life right now.
But to the point where we can't watch the Golden State Killer, the new episode, Paul Hole's Centric, because we're that busy. That's just to give you scope and space.
So feel bad for us. We don't even have children. Okay. So I was like, let's do all this work being like a boring fucking matronly, like, we have to work. Or just fucking come over, let's hang out. Vince was at a baseball game last night again, and he texted me. He posted about it on Instagram and then was like, why do your fans keep asking me if I have a hot dog in my pocket for you? And I was like, I'll explain when you get home.
In person, in real life?
What do you mean? No. On his photo that he posted, they were like, did you put a hot dog in your pocket for Georgia? And he's like, what the fuck are you? Because he doesn't listen and I don't tell him. And then I was like, I swear, it sounds sexual, but it was not a sexual joke.
It's not even a joke, really. It's just talking.
Yeah.
So much talking.
Karen fucking booked it to Gelson's and like got a charcuterie and cheese spread that was like next level and just kept pulling shit out of the bag. And I have a photo of it. I'll post I'll give Steven the photo to post on the new on Instagram. And
was there pear gel spread? Yes, there was.
Was there fig spread? Was there grapes? Fresh fucking grapes?
Were there Parmesan crisps?
Oh, those were incredible. Yeah, we just sat and like we watched 20 minutes of the Golden State Killer documentary. What's it called?
Wonderful. It's
really good.
Golden State Killer Next Steps with Paul Holes.
Is that what it is?
Here's the thing. maybe the reason we couldn't continue watching it is because they showed 2 early photos of Paul Holes. And I was like, oh, whoa. I need a warning before you show me 90s Paul Holes.
So it was Golden State Killer, main suspect on Oxygen. It's great. I can't wait to finish it. It's really it.
Great, yeah.
Because we were just talking. And then I remembered something. My friend Crystal Langham, who's this like fucking amazing girl. I'm just a big fan of hers. She had told me the night before about some Japanese, it's a Japanese version of
the real world,
but everyone's so polite to each other and there's no drama. And I was like, let's watch it. So we started watching it and got 4 episodes in, and suddenly it was like 1:00 and Vince was home in the morning, and Vince was home from the game with hot dogs in his pocket. It's called Terrace House.
And it's so, the pace of it, everything about it is so soothing and so calming. And also, like, at first we were like, wait, is this boring? Do we want to watch it? And then suddenly I'm like, next one.
And it's a little like problematic in the man versus woman. And like, they're like exploring, gender issues in Japan and like, you know, what you're supposed to be doing with your life by 23 or whatever.
Yes.
But it's really subtle and really polite. And there's a lot of food shots, which I appreciate. It's also really awkward because they clearly have nothing to talk about because nobody is scandalous. Like a man and a woman went for a run and they were like, you know, that's the scandal.
Yes.
That they went for a run together.
But still, I find the most magnetic, fascinating thing that I want to watch in the world is the moment where 2 people who might like each other are trying to make small talk.
Oh, Jesus.
Even in this show where they were not being exploitive, they were not being like dirty or raunchy at all.
Never.
It's just that moment where like, everyone else gets up and goes, well, we're going to bed because we're not just going to sit here watching the 2 of you try to make small talk around us.
And the producers are like, leave them alone. But you can't, but they won't leave them alone in like a closed room. Like no one is alone together in any like compromising situations.
No, you have to be alone with these really large sectional couches.
Yeah.
And also there's always this thing, you know, someone likes someone else, or when they're not talking to each other, someone has to do a weird arm stretch.
Yeah.
Weird physical stretching while making small talk and where like to fill silence
or show someone a photo on their phone like really close to their face.
Yeah, so you have to lean in.
Yeah, it's awkward as fuck.
I love it. It that kind of shit. I'm like, well, does the baseball player like the model or the other girl?
Right. But it was really fun watching with you. You got to see the side of me that screams at the TV. You laughed through half of it, half the shit I said, which I appreciate. Other stuff I was like, oh, stupid.
No, well, I have to say, sorry, but on both of those shows, we were riffing.
Oh.
But see, if we'd recorded it, it wouldn't have worked. No. We were crying, laughing at some points. It was really fucking funny. But also it's just like, we rarely get to just have fun
and snacks.
Have fun. And that was part of it is last night. It was the celebration of, the book announced. It was like the celebration of like, we have actually hit a milestone of being done with some stuff.
And we finally got to tell people about it.
Yeah. And so it was really fun. Thank you for making that your fucking hooray.
Thanks for coming.
Mine is the show The Tunnel.
Oh, The Channel? No.
I was going to do this, but I mean, that was mine too. It was, I found it so relaxing. No, you get to have it.
No,
all
it's
your
okay
own.
if it's not. I mean, whatever.
And now we're in a fight.
Now we're in 7th grade.
I was just going to say mine that had been written before.
It's fine. I had nothing. So
it's just these 2 really good shows.
Okay, great.
And one of them is on, I think my DVR is recording it right now. So let's fucking wrap this up. It's the 2nd season of Jessica Biel executive producing The Sinner. And when I tell you, so my friend Molly, who's East Coast, and so she watches things first and then lets me know if I should watch them, which is one of the greatest. If you can set that up in your life.
Don't waste your time.
It's the best.
Have your East Coast friend tell you.
And we all know that when you have first season like the first season of The Sinner, where I couldn't stop watching it, and Jessica Biel was so good in it, and she was nominated for an Emmy, and God bless. So exciting.
Well, but now she's the EP, and I love that they just like, it's the same show with the same detective, but Jessica Biel, it's like a new story.
It's a new story. And it's so, first of all, hooray for Bill Pullman. He's had a 40-year career. He's so great.
Bless his heart.
So great to watch, so real to watch. But
That was Elvis sneezing, by the way.
this story, because I was like, they can't do what they did last time. What they did last time was so special and different and creepy and had me so uncomfortable. From the second it starts, I don't know if it's the directing, whatever they're doing, it's so great. So anyway,
Carrie Coons is there.
Carrie
Whenever Carrie
Coons
Coons
comes
is on
in.
a show, it's going to be weird and fucking creepy and like slow moving in a beautiful fucking way. And then she's there and you're just like, oh, is this a cult thing?
Yes.
And I love Carrie Coons. So
she's so good.
when she shows up, it's going to get fun.
And again, a creepy little kid is always, you take all my money.
A creepy little kid who looks younger than he is. He's 13, but he looks like an 8-year-old.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, then you're, okay, whatever. Yeah, it's great.
It's just great. So please watch The Sinner. And if you haven't seen season 1, watch season 1 and then watch season 2. But also The Tunnel, which is this British show. They just did the 3rd and final season. And it has a French actress named Clementine Posey, I believe. I hope that's her first name.
It's a great name, if not.
And then a British actor who I love so much named Stephen Ray Morris. Stephen, will you please find Stephen Calhane, I think. I mean, he's going to correct me. But anyway, there's 3 seasons. They're all great. Each one better than the last.
Okay.
It's just real good. It was on public TV here.
It's Clemence Posey and Stephen Delane.
So close. So close.
So close.
That's like the time that I called Dan White, the man who murdered Harvey Milk in San Francisco. I called him Dan Brown, who is the author of the Da Vinci Code.
Listen, Jack White and Jack Black, I will never get those two fuckers straight. I just can't.
I will.
I'm too dyslexic. Yeah.
All right.
Great.
That's it.
You guys, we'll see you in yoga class this week.
I mean, right?
Thank you guys for listening and fucking supporting us and being so fucking cool and on our side. And we can't wait for you to read this book because,
Yeah. We're scared excited. Thanks. Stay sexy. I thought I'd add, I'm done. Stay sexy.
don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, you want a cookie?
Oh.
Want a cookie? Good boy.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Vacation planning should feel like a breeze, not a deep dive into countless travel sites searching for the best deal.
With Cheap Caribbean's Budget Beach Finder, you can search every destination and every date all in one search.
You'll save time and money with the Budget Beach Finder.
Say goodbye to endless scrolling and tab hopping and hello to Budget Beach Bliss at your fingertips.
Go to cheapcaribbean.com to try out the Budget Beach Finder and see just how stress-free vacation planning should be.
Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.